Hmm. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, ladies.
What's
Hello.
up?
How
What's
you
up?
doing? How's
Doing
everybody's
good.
weekend?
Um, thank God I'm off Monday. That's all I got to say.
Right, it's been a week.
I need to be off this week. Yes.
I heard that. Well, we gonna do some leisurely things today and talk about this reality today. Yes, y'all ready?
I am. Let's go.
All right. You ready, Dre?
Yep, I'm ready.
You ready? All right. Well, hello to everybody that's in the chat. How you guys doing? I hope you guys had a good week. It's nice that it's Friday, TGIF, thank goodness. And we're going to have a nice, relaxing little episode with the tea ladies this evening and talk about some of this reality tea from this week. Okay? So don't forget also that we have a Facebook group, the Tea Ladies. If you guys have any suggestions for us or you have any questions, we always like to do a question or a topic of the week. If you have any suggestions for topics you want to talk about or any feedback for us, even hit us up at the Tea Ladies or in the comments. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay? All right. So let's get into the topic of the week. Now, this was a question that was presented by Miss Andrea, just Andrea down there. And it was inspired, Drea, right? If I'm not mistaken, by Tammy and Waka. But they not the only ones that go through this type of thing where you're in a committed relationship or a marriage and you decide that it's just too much. And even though you still love and care about the person, you decide to part ways and walk away, and maybe that other
Yeah.
person is not in that space, but maybe they're the ones that's been doing the transgressions and whatnot, right? So our question
Right.
is how much is too much when it comes to pain and transgressions and damage to the relationship? Like, when do you decide to just cut your losses and move on?
Eee.
What you think, Dre?
That's a tough one.
I would have been left Walker. I probably would kill this ass. So I'm done. Let me just go ahead and leave your ass and divorce and take your money. That's just my own thing.
I hear you.
This is my thing. But here's my thing with Tammy.
Uh-huh.
She didn't got on the Instagram. I mean, whatever she got on, right? And talking about how it take a strong woman to forgive her
Well,
man
she was
after
on that bullshit.
infidelity.
She was on, she was on that bullshit, and I
She
think
trying to make us look like we not strong because we leaving people who cheating on us. She's getting mad. She's
I
saying
think
basically it takes strength to stay with somebody after they cheated, which is not necessarily false, but it's just the point that she was promoting it as like I'm gonna stick by my man through all these infidelities, and like you women who can't, y'all weak.
Right. You think she
she
was
was
trying to
lying. She was
help?
lying and wanted us to believe that bullshit. But I see right through that bullshit. You want to
Okay.
be dumb. You want to be dumb and allow him to keep cheating on. But I think she stayed more for. I think she stayed more for Charlie, her
Yeah.
daughter, because Walker
Mhm.
is the father and her Charlie's
I
biological father is
agree.
not in her life. So I
Right.
think and Tammy didn't have her father in her life, so it
Right.
was trauma. So I think that's why she stayed a little more
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that bullshit.
I do like the way Walker treated
I
Charlie.
Me too. And
He
I
did.
and I
He
and that's
he
why she's
did
going
treat
on.
her like that, but he's in that lifestyle where he was cheating on her before they got married. So
Yeah.
I don't know what she thought was gonna change. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you're supposed to see
right.
that change before you go to the altar and commit to the person. So if you committing while he's cheating, then it's probably not gonna change. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just
I mean, she
Probably.
that's
told
just the
And I
reality.
think she was trying to convince herself. Like, I
Yeah.
think when she was saying, like, a lot of times when people talk about, how, committed they are, that it's like they saying it out loud to the world, but I feel like she was saying it more to herself,
Yeah.
trying to convince herself that it was her strength and that she wasn't being stupid or she wasn't being naive or she wasn't overlooking things. She
Yeah.
really wanted to believe, I think, that I'm strong enough to bear the weight of all this that he. But I think
She
maybe have
did a
nobody to say
disservice
it.
to
It's not
women.
about how strong you are.
I
You
personally feel
don't
like she
have
did
to
a
be that
disservice
strong.
to women.
You said she
I
what?
I personally feel like she did a disservice to women because
Mm,
Walker has cheated, and cheated. And now you see in the show, they be fighting up in the show. They be cussing each other out. They don't have no respect for each other. And she
uh-huh.
told the therapist that too. She was like, and she said, he don't love I don't love him like I used to. Like
Yeah.
she's angry. She's really angry. And
Yes.
that's why they ended up in the breaking up, because she's really angry and a little violent.
How much
Yeah.
do you think COVID and them, like, because before COVID, he was just starting to be around more, right? In the season before, they bought that house. He was
Right.
supposed to be being around more, but she was upset even then because he was still touring like a lot and doing a lot of stuff. And then
Right.
once COVID had everything shut down, it's like now you got to be with somebody 24/7. Like now she got to live the life that the rest of us living out here, where
Now
you
she
see
got to
each other
see it in
every
her
day.
face, but then you see it in
Right,
your face and you know
right.
it's happening and things like that. I mean, at the end of the day, there is no measure, right? Because infidelity happens in a lot of marriages and
Yes.
relationships, even when you're not famous. So
Absolutely.
people work through it, and I've seen relationships heal and get past it. Absolutely. But I think it depends on the reason that people cheat. I think it depends on the motive behind it. So, like, if you're cheating just because you have access to a group of women, you wealthy, you got access to a group of women, and they're giving it up easily, change. Unless you change professions. I can't really see that being like, if you don't know how to control yourself around this, this is your lifestyle, it's going to be women around, and you don't know how to kind of control your urges, you probably not going to. But like, some people cheat, out of loneliness, out of other reasons that sometimes you can fix in the relationships, and sometimes you can heal past it.
I
So,
think
I'm not saying just because somebody cheat, the relationship over. I'm saying that it depends on the
It's
reasons,
reason.
and yeah.
like
Waka,
like
he ain't
I do think sometimes Walker's like lack of respect for her,
right.
um, lack of respect for her as his wife, and then knowing that he got women on the road. He put in, and they on vacation together. He was disrespectful in so many ways. So
Yeah.
did and then you wonder why she's acting attention to him, why she's so hostile towards him. And when
Right.
she had to sit down with a therapist, and they showed a couple of scenes and how they was yelling at each other and everything.
Mm,
And I'm thinking, okay, so now I can see like the damage he done, and pretty much the damage that she done, because she's more angry, and she even said, I don't love him like the way I used to love him. She
yeah.
don't even. I think she don't even see the man that she fell in love with. She see a cheater. She see somebody betray her, and so that makes you more angry too.
Yeah.
Agreed. No,
Do you think
I
she's financially tied to him though? I think that's part of her motive, because I think
Mm-hmm.
that she doesn't
Yeah,
have financial independence, and when you
yes,
don't, you tend to tolerate a little bit more.
mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you do. No,
Because
I
Charlie goes to
definitely
that
think
private.
it
Charlie was going to that private school she was going to, and she didn't really have to work. She really didn't
Right.
have to do anything. So, now she going back into the studio. Now she's going back into working, but she should have been working all along.
Right.
well, she does have a clothing line. She does have her
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
resort line. She now has a storefront, a boutique, and she also has a swimsuit line. So she has some things going on, but I think though that it still does matter, because maybe maybe she won't be able to have the height of the lifestyle that she has been accustomed to. But probably because Walker still does love her and care about her, and I think that when we talk about the question, I was sitting here thinking about the things you guys were saying, and I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, probably the time to cut your losses is before you get so angry that you can no longer find common ground anymore.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be I don't want to not care about a person that I used to care about, or that I was in a long-term relationship with, because like, love doesn't disappear,
Right.
right? but I don't want to stay so long that you start to like have hatred, which is the complete opposite of that for the person. Like it's time to get out when you feel
'Cause that's
yourself going.
miserable, ain't they? They gotta be
Yeah,
miserable. You both hate each other.
yeah,
Y'all just in the house.
It's just not.
yeah.
It's just not Tammy. It's just not
And
Tammy and
Charlie sees
Walker. It's Charlie. Charlie acting like this
yeah.
is
Yeah, like
inconsistent
it's normal.
relationship. Charlie don't have, she gonna find a dysfunctional relationship because Tammy and Walker is dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And then they're already arguing about how to be co-parenting because Charlie was at a house party and was shut up. And Walker Tammy didn't even tell Walker. Walker's friend told Walker.
Wow.
And he was mad. He was like, "What?" So,
Right.
like he said in the show, she ain't co-parenting with me, right? So it's like, and then so what's the point then?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's time
Yeah,
to cut. It's time to cut the law. I feel like, yeah, at some point you got to realize this isn't working. He's not gonna give me the type of relationship I want and desire. She's not gonna get that relationship that she's asking him for. He's not ready at this moment. He can't give it to her right now.
He's not ready to settle down with one woman.
No, he's not. Mm-mm.
Right.
So,
no, I think he's in love with
Jen.
Hey, Jen. I think he's in love with his career, definitely.
Yeah.
And I do think that the time to go is before, especially when you have children, because you still gonna have to co-parent and see each other and be around each other. And how do you do that when you've grown to have such disdain for somebody? It's like it doesn't feel natural to leave when you still care about somebody, but sometimes that is the most caring thing that you can do. Is cut your losses and go ahead and move on.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with y'all. You hit the nail on the nail. I mean, there's no way she should still be trying to make that relationship
work. Make it work. Like what?
So I guess she weak like some of us, huh? Because she sure called us weak for leaving men who cheat on us. I mean, girl, bye. I almost didn't feel sorry for her because I was like, you know what?
I didn't pay attention. One word she said because I was like, okay, if you think that shit is cool, I like it, okay? Because if you think he's gonna continue to do it, he's continuing to show you show videos of women, and it's so he was just so disrespectful at the highest level.
Right. Think about Lyric and what's her guy name?
Lyric and A1.
Yes, and A1. But at least Lyrica be like, I'm gonna do my thing too. I think Tammy just she ain't been with nobody else but Walker from the beginning, you know. Lyrica be like, look, okay, you want to go out? I'm gonna have fun too. I'm gonna go date somebody too.
Yeah,
like
Lyrica
they
be
both,
I'm outside too.
But it's time for them to like let it go. Just learn how to co-parent. Because y'all just keep on playing this tit for tat game.
That's why Charlie,
when they
with Charlie said, she said, is it okay that me and Daddy not together? She was like, y'all been doing that shit. Like, what's new?
Right.
Like, are you dumb? Like, I'm like, Tammy, are you dumb? She's like, y'all been doing in and out. You're broken up. You're back together. It's like there's no consistency, and then you wonder why Charlie is inconsistent in her thinking and stuff. Because her mom is inconsistent in the relationship. It's not good for Charlie. She's a young girl impression either.
Did she think her daughter didn't notice something? I mean,
she said, you're not upset. He's like, y'all been doing this.
Right. Why would I be upset? One minute you leaving, 1 minute we staying, next minute we leaving and we staying. Like what? I need you to figure out what you gonna do.
Right.
And usually that's how it is though. The kids be over it before the adults do.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like Tawana said, you know, maybe she stayed too, you know, for Charlie, because I remember they moved to that neighborhood the previous season and all of that, like Andrea said, so she could go to that private school and, you know, and all that type of stuff. But it's like, here we are, and it's time to just cut your losses and work on the friendship.
So do they got a new season coming out or what?
It's on right now. It's the third episode.
Yeah,
that's how Walker found out about Charlotte was at a party and was shut up, and he was like, "What?"
Okay, so this is a new season. I didn't know that the new season was out.
This is a new season, and this is why Tammy was at the therapist saying he have done too much. I'm over it. And he have done too much in the relationship. She said her self-esteem was low. I think that's why she's been working on her body. I believe she got a BL. I believe she did more work on her body because she thought that he would stop cheating. She fixed herself up.
Right.
And I do believe that's why she didn't want to have no kids with him either.
Right.
Okay.
He wanted kids.
I think that too.
He wanted kids.
That was always weird to me that they didn't have kids. I'm like,
he didn't want no kids because he had cheating tendencies. And stop lying, because she's lying. He has cheating tendencies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's called cheating tendencies now.
It's called cheating tendencies. Yes, they do come on. They come. They 3 episodes in so far, and it airs on Thursday nights on WeTV at 6 Pacific time. So, yeah, y'all tune in to Tammy and Waka. I'm gonna have to tune in too. Andrea was telling me about it, and I hadn't watched like some of the first 2 episodes or whatever, but I'm gonna have to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I gotta watch it.
His brother. He don't move back in with his brother too. He's like, I'm not used to being a bachelor. Yeah, you gotta do some work now.
He couch surfing. What?
Yeah, he said. His brother said, "How we like living with me?" He was like, "I'm not used to being a bachelor. That means I'm not used to doing shit." Okay,
right,
right. For myself, I'm not used to doing nothing for myself.
And you probably ain't got enough money to hire no help, so you need to just learn how to do it yourself. I mean, he got some money, but he ain't put out a hit in a long time. So,
but he have invested well. He have invested well.
Yeah, he have. I mean, you know, and I know his mom loved Tammy, so I wonder how she feels.
She's not really happy. This is going down. Remember,
I know she's not.
She wanted
loved Tammy.
She did. She wanted grandkids, but I think that's a major reason why she didn't have no kids with him.
He gonna meet some other woman and he gonna get her pregnant. You know that.
For real.
So we definitely think you should cut your losses before you're not friends anymore, especially if you have children. Cut your losses hatred.
Because
if you wait,
if I say he got cheating tendencies.
If that applies to you, Andrea don't want no parts.
Right.
All right. Let's move on to our hit it or quit it. Do y'all think Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was a hit it or quit it this week? You know, Jock and them, they finished their wedding. Right? And what's his name during the wedding? Courtney Wayne, Country Wayne
with his crazy, yes,
to do the prank or whatever, and Jock knew about it. Look at that dress. Look at that dress. Like,
Chicago Rilla, so I quit it, huh?
You would.
Yeah, I wish I'd be up in my wedding dress, and then the pastor say, who don't want anybody to get married, and then somebody stands up. You probably escort that person out my wedding, okay? Stop.
Security.
Yes.
Immediately. Yes. What would you do, Tawana?
Chris
had his partner do right with
I think my look, just like Kenya was looking like,
she was like,
I mean, she ain't crack a smile. She was looking like for real, like, are you serious right now? I think he was trying to be funny. It wasn't funny though. It was kind of like,
no, it didn't work.
It was
like corny a little bit. Talking about some,
especially with everything that's going on.
He's talking about we for the streets. Who want to hear that they man for the streets?
Like, and when you get married
in front of
everybody, no, Walker.
When you're getting married, who at a wedding, you're in a white wedding dress and okay, this ghetto.
I was like, I'm worried about this marriage. I'm worried. I'm worried.
I don't know about Doc's life. I don't know if she's gonna stay.
Doc's life and Kendra getting 25 to life. Okay,
that's right. That's right. I wonder. I mean, I saw an interview with her with Kenya, and it was just after this episode and whatever. But she was saying that we need to keep watching this season because there's going to be things that come out about Mita and about this alleged child. And she said it's going to come out throughout the season. So she was like, keep watching, y'all, because I can't tell y'all right now, but keep watching. But she's still very much, married to Josh Shield. Like she always say his.
But she don't want no kids by Josh Shield. She don't want no kids either. She don't want no
now
kids.
she don't want no kid. He already got 14 now. I think
Right. Borrow some of his. Just borrow some.
She didn't populated the earth at this point.
Yeah,
I think she's done.
population.
But I think it's a hit it. I think it's a hit it. I like Atlanta. I like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
I thought it was
There's nothing else. It's entertaining, and I like
nice is for the street.
That is crazy.
Nice is for the street.
Nice is for the street. Okay. I do like
Chicago really said comedians don't know how to shut the funny off.
They don't.
That's true sometimes, and I really do thought that I think that he thought it was funny, and Country Wayne thought it was gonna be funny, but he was about to get beat up.
That was a mess.
He was about to get beat down.
But I do like seeing Scrappy and Bam, their whole situation, how that's materializing.
A question about what's her name, about Kendra. Do you think that she knew about the baby and about Mita? Because he says to the guys next week, Jock is having a conversation with the guys, and he says, my wife, know what go on and is privy to everything in my life.
Yeah.
And
so Kendra knows that him being in a 13 relationship, really?
Well, when
Kendra knows that him and Mita being in a 13-year relationship.
When he said that, I understood where he was coming from, because Fred and I have that same thing in our relationship. It's like, if something is going on, I better not hear it in the streets.
You better know.
I at the very least want to be able to be like, somebody come to me and say something, I want to be like, oh, I know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I doubt that Kendra, because the way she act, don't know. And if she gonna fake it, I'm gonna tell you she lying, okay?
Yeah.
Because the way she be like Jacille, and I can't stand that name either.
I can't either.
I be like, call him Young Jock.
I think her pain is real, right? But I think she knew. I don't, as a woman, right? I don't think that I would find out about Mita and a baby in the months before while I'm planning a wedding and still stand up there.
Yeah.
But
to me, Mita,
the woman, the baby, and she don't know.
But see, I don't believe Mita, y'all. I'm sorry. I think the last time is 2019, like she said. Then Carly Red was like 2020 as well, and then she was like, yeah, but she initially stopped at 2019, and I'm like, okay, 2019, that makes sense. Whatever, you know, they've been together, but so I don't believe Mita. Like, I was like skeptical about her. I'm like, you trying to clout chase?
She come on the show to start jumping between Jock and
or she's trying to get Jock attention again. Maybe he's kind of cut her off, and now she like, okay.
Well, you know, it's okay for her to speak up now because she was married, and that's what I believe. For Jock, that's what kept her safe, right? As a safe option all these years, because she was married. Now her and her husband have gone their separate ways, so now she can talk and she can put and I think that's why he was so surprised, like
why she talking all of a sudden,
right? Because they probably had an agreement that it would never be talked about, that it was just something that was between them, that it wasn't about love.
Then why she tell Spice did? Why she tell Spice did?
Right.
It was being messy.
Why you tell Spice did? Because if I'm gonna take it to the grave, I ain't telling nobody. Only person I know is me and him.
Right. I would now be upset because if I was Spice or Erica or what's her name with the beauty shop, Sierra, that was in the wedding, I would be so pissed that somebody told me that, and now I gotta decide now I'm charged with deciding whether or not to tell her or not. Right. And now I look like I'm one of the bad guys too. I would be pissed. That would have stressed me out. And
that's why Spice should have said, "Look, I don't want to hear it. See, deniability. You don't know shit, so you can't say I know
plausible deniability.
Plausible deniability. She said, "Girl, tell me nothing. I don't want to know. So if I don't know, I have to."
Listen, do not listen. I'm telling you.
Deniability. She had to have some with me one time.
Yeah. I don't know shit.
She told
Listen.
Fred, I don't know shit. You need to talk to Erica.
I messed up on that plausible deniability before. I messed up. I was like, damn, okay, I should have said something. I don't
No,
know.
I'm like, I don't know shit. My name is Wes, and I ain't in that mess.
Yeah, I mean, Mita, Spice is not best friends with Mita. I don't care what she say. Like, girl, have a seat. You would have knew something about whatever was going on, or unless you just being phony for
she
this
said
show.
She listened to calls with her and Jock. She knew that they talked, but I think Spice thought it was over. This is definitely king.
Yes. Y'all
Yes,
better.
he
I
said
mean,
he thought
I
it was
agree.
over. What you think about Carly jumping out the cake at the bachelorette party?
A mess.
At the bachelor party.
I would have been mad at how he was touching and hugging on her. I would have been upset with that.
Just
like,
messy
why are you doing that?
He just messy. But you know,
Carly
I
is
say
doing too much too. Carly is doing too much.
She's doing a little too much.
That's a little rude. That's a little rude. I'm not gonna my ex girlfriend coming down my cake, my bachelor party. Come on,
it's
really?
called politely
And
decline.
Kendra was like, why is she shocked that I didn't invite her to the wedding? I mean, she was like, she's not my friend. She's like, I don't have no problem with her. But at the end of the day, you were my husband's ex-girlfriend.
Right.
Why would I invite you to the wedding? And she said, had she known about Spice and Mita, she said she would not have invited Spice to her wedding either. She said if she had known that Spice was in the middle of that, she literally, but she wasn't mad at Sierra. She understood, the position Sierra.
He wasn't in the middle though. Like I mean, she didn't want to.
She brought Mita to the table, so
she right.
She brought Mita there.
I would have cussed the bitch out. How about that?
Yeah,
Spice.
Hell yeah, bringing Mita over here in my circle, knowing I'm about to get married to Jock.
Yeah, like
you know
what you're doing.
Some point, Spice got to take responsibility because she bought this in the circle. Nobody knew about the situation.
Right.
So
sometimes this is when I'm like, remember we had the question about like how real we think reality TV is, right? Sometimes this is when I start to question, like, is it a setup for? Is it not a setup for them? And it's real circumstances for them, but then sometimes I feel set up, right? Because is it staged that way? So that way it gets our attention, but it's already stuff that has happened behind the scenes and people already know. So it's like, hey, this is how we can do this. How about you come on the show and we talk about it on the show like everybody just found out. I mean, at the end of the day, I believe Kendra's feelings, even if it is staged a little bit, right? I believe her feelings because every time you hear about something or every time you hear about that, no matter how much you already know, it's still gonna hit the same. It's still gonna hurt the same.
It hits her the same because she knows Jock got cheating tendencies. I ain't lying when I say that shit. He got cheating tendencies too.
Right. She just gonna deal with it until his until it fall off. Until it fall off. That's what she's gonna do.
Jock got 14 kids. It don't happen that he been faithful to every woman. He got 14 kids. He got some cheating tendencies somewhere.
She know he gonna be getting some here and there. She gonna have to watch him like a hawk, baby. She gonna have to watch that prey.
Watch him. Those are cheating tendencies.
So I'm not surprised because it's like he got how many baby mamas he got? Come on now, you have to think about this is who you're marrying. Be realistic to yourself. If I was Kendra, I would say, look, he got 14 kids. He got baby mamas. He has cheating tendencies. Yeah. Can I deal with that?
He does. Yeah. Right. Yeah. If I can't get with that, then I can't get with you.
Yes.
Right. Now, you was talking to Tawana about Mama D and Bam.
Yeah.
And Scrappy. Now, the issue that they were having was about Mama D was mad because they don't bring the kids to grandma's. Now, Andrea, would you be mad if the kid? Would you go to Veronica's house and visit the grandbaby, or would you expect her to bring the baby to you?
She been ready to baby me,
right?
I already called her. They said, bring my grandbaby home. Everybody named Mama want a grandbaby. I said, it's monkeypox and everything running around this country. My niece said, said, your brother ain't got nothing. I don't care. He only 2 weeks old. Bring my baby home. Bring my baby home.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I mean, you gotta go see the gram. I think that she had a legit point though, because she got all those toddlers and 3 babies, like trying to get 3 babies out the door. I get what she's saying. That's more than a notion.
Like, let's be honest, and y'all tell the truth. You know, Bam don't care for Miss Mama D.
Nah,
she don't. No, she
but
don't
that's
like
on Scrappy. That's on Scrappy. He should take his kids.
Well, Scrappy can't tell Bam to do that, and his own mama. He got 2 women on her bull headed.
No, but he should take his own kids. He should take his children to go see his mama.
True. He definitely could. And she should be upset.
He put them kids in the car and take them to see his mama.
She should be upset. Mama D should be mad at her son, not Bambi. Son is Scrappy, not Bambi. But also, I do understand her point of view, even though I was a parent who always took my kids. Very rarely did my parents have to come to my house to see my children, right? Even with my grandchildren, they called me and asked me to bring the grandchildren, the great-grandparents now called me, and I'll be like, they got mamas and daddies. Got their numbers. Like, why you calling me?
Right.
But in that sense, I'm also not a grandma that feels like they always got to come to me, because I remember what that felt like. And it is a lot of work.
It is.
And I do see her with 3 small children. She have an infant still in the bassinet. You know what I mean? I don't see how it's hard for Mama D.
Y'all keep it real.
Only Mama D.
Keep it real. Y'all gonna play this. Y'all gonna play PC around here. Y'all gonna say everybody kumbaya. That's a motherfucking lie. Y'all know it. Stop it. You know, baby can't stand Scrappy Mama, and she
can't stand them. She can't stand them.
And
she got every reason to not like her.
She don't like her. Okay, she likes Shay better than Bambi, and so she was like,
all the more reason for Mama D to come visit her at her house.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is she don't care if Mama D don't see them kids.
Right.
She don't really care, because if she really cared, and this is the thing, if you really care for the kids, it ain't about how I don't like my mother-in-law and she don't like me. If it's about the children, you gonna look. I'll meet you at the park. I'll meet you here. I still want. Look, I didn't care for my mother-in-law, but let me tell you something. Every summer they was going to Georgia for 3 months. Bye, holla. I love y'all.
Go see her.
She lied. She cared for her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law come to California. Where she stay at her ex-daughter-in-law house.
It took a minute.
Stay with her son and
I showed give her the business. I gave her the business too, but I thought she was shooting her son. Over me, and I was like, this ain't fair. So, but I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I still wanted my kids to have a relationship with his parents. And so when she called and said, we in Georgia, we want the kids to come out there, no problem. I don't got a problem. And the only thing she did make me mad is always taking my daughter's hair out when I get it braided. I had to tolerate that, but that's okay. Yeah. But I'm just saying,
Mama D is special though. I get why Bambi don't want to be around her. I mean, she's a lot.
This ain't about Bambi. It's about the children.
It's about the children.
Yes.
And your mama wait in LA. Your mom wait in LA. Mama D's in Atlanta.
Mama D, that's like Andrea. That's like
yeah. Go take them, Bambi. Go take them babies to see Mama D.
And Mama D go see the baby sometimes.
Go see them babies sometimes too.
And I'm not saying I'm saying Mama D is wrong too, because now that I do got a grandson, I tried. The child father, I tried my best.
Right.
I try to be nice. Okay. So, I don't
and
say
in your
anything.
defense, you also still raising 2 children yourself. Mama D is not.
Yes, but at the same time, Mama D is a much older woman. Man, Bambi can take them kids over there. She just chooses not to.
Yeah, she just chooses not to.
And
Scrappy needs to take his babies. That's what he needs to do.
That's true too. But at the same time, it makes a bad relationship when your mama don't, when your wife don't like your mother, and then you're in the middle of a mother and a son. So it makes it. And Bambi should know she raising a son, Scrappy's son. So what's she gonna do when that little boy get a wife and she don't like Bambi? How you gonna feel? You gonna say, Mama D, maybe I should have taught better?
I agree.
Oh, I'm just so happy that I love my mother-in-law. Thank God, because I don't know what
right?
I'm just happy I love her to death because I hear the horror stories. I don't know if Mama D was my mama.
Now Carly finally got signed to a record deal.
I know. So I didn't know her song was doing so well. Did you know her song was doing
No,
well?
I did not.
So I didn't know
Is it
that.
a song with
The
Spice?
bullshit. I see that bullshit.
I was like,
know.
And
her
her fake
song
tears
is doing
and them
it's
fake
doing
ass tears.
it's doing well. Like it's on the top of the charts. I was like, is this serious?
Now, do you know if that's the song with Spice that she did with Spice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
this
is.
is the song she
Okay.
did with Spice.
I did feel like that she was trying to get Chicago said, what rights do any grandparents have? Grandparents in California got rights.
They have
Yeah,
rights.
California has rights.
If
Okay,
they
that's
break
we
up,
liberal out here. We got
I
rights.
get part of the custody. Write me into the custody agreement.
Yes.
So about
Okay?
what bills are they paying? Grandparents should see the babies too.
It's the thing is, it's grandparents should see. Mama D has a right to see her grandchildren. They're part of Scrappy. They're
Right.
his legacy. So she has a right to see it. The thing is, Bambi should come and say, "Look, take me out of the equation. I want your mama to see your kids.
Take the kid, and she can get a break.
And Scrappy take the kids to see your mama.
And she can get a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes Scrappy do act like he can't deal with the 3 kids by himself.
Yeah.
Get the kids,
You're a little lazy.
car, and take them to go hang out with your mama. Period.
That's right.
End the story.
That's
your responsibility. If I do it, that's just a bonus. But that's Chicago is playing with me right now. If I do that, then that's a bonus. But really, that's his obligation to make sure that the kids have a relationship with his mother. Now, do you think that I do think that Carly, when it came to the record and with her and Spice, that she wanted it so bad because she wanted Spice in her career to give her some legitimacy.
Yeah.
Because Carly been trying to make music for a cool minute. For a cool minute. This ain't the first time.
Spice is a legitimate artist.
Spice is a real. But that's my point. Carly wanted to release that as the first single through that record label because Spice was on that track. Where's your own? You don't have your own music. You don't have your own stuff you could have released. I think that's why Spice was a little offended because she was trying to get her Grammy nomination. She's trying to get established in the U.S. And it's like, Carly, you not like a step up for me. You know what I'm saying? Like and two, I think as an artist, you have to be in a position. I'm not saying that you don't reach down and work with other artists that are not as established. But I am saying that when you're trying to get established, that's not the time to do that. When you're trying to still get your footing in good, it's time you want to work with people who are more established than you, not less established than you. But, Carly had to cry her little fake tears or whatnot. So
she's lucky. Okay, Spice decided to do this. She's lucky.
Definitely is.
Go on and take this win and go on. Do you?
Right. She definitely is trying to do that. Now, Miami. You think that was a hit it or quit it this week? I think Miami was acquitted.
I'm done with Miami. I am done.
I'm good.
Yeah,
it's not giving me anything. I can't get connected to. I mean, I was trying because I really had quit previous season, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this season a try because I really wanted to see what Trina had going on, and Marlon and that woman he cheating with Flo,
and now the sister,
the sister. Yeah, that's
just so. Oh my God,
that's the biggest story is that he's sleeping with her. He slept with her sister, and now her sister is gonna reveal that.
I was tired of them last season, and they came back. I was like, I'm good.
I mean, it was so boring. It was so boring this week. Yes, I mean, it was just so boring this week. I was like, I don't know. I mean, I just didn't see what the episode was about. I'm like, they should have just brought the cheating scandal into this week.
And hurry up. It's like they prolonging it. It's like, come on, just get it over with. Say it.
That's all y'all got. Put it out here.
Right. That's all they got.
Y'all want to talk about this.
Like, and Joy and Trick, I'm like, would you just give her freedom already? Like, Trick, right now, you got Joy incarcerated in a marriage doing 25 to life. Get her out the box and let her go.
She do not need Trick permission to get a divorce. So this is phony because all you gotta do is he can contest it all he want. You can
Yes.
still get a divorce, girl. Why is she acting like she can't get no divorce?
So in Florida, you can still get a divorce like here, even if
Yeah, she
contested.
can get a divorce, honey, in Florida. She is acting like she ain't did what she's supposed to do. She's just kind of going off of what Trick is saying. But girl, if you don't send him them papers and when he don't respond, then
and
you divorce.
It's a contested divorce.
What season 11 hip hop? What's the season of this Miami season?
Season 4, episode 17.
Okay, so we had season 4, and they
Only season
first
4,
season it was getting divorced. So I'm tired of them. Just go.
Right.
Yeah.
We need new people.
4 seasons is taking it, and
now they added Ray J.
Right behind them. Who right behind them with that same divorce drama? Princess and Ray J.
Right, they added Ray J and Princess to the Miami.
Can y'all get divorced already too? I need you, Joy, Trick, and Princess to all go to the spot together and sign your papers and get it done and over with. I'm tired of talking about Princess and Ray J and they divorce. But they wasn't talking about the divorce this week. What they were actually talking about was the Kim Kardashian Kanye West thing that they did on the Kardashians, and Ray J said it was a lie.
Yes, he did.
He said it was a lie.
So he want to tell the truth now when he want to tell the truth now. He wants to be honest now. He made so much money off of that shit. So now he wants to tell the truth.
He's not saying the sex tape was a lie. He's saying how they handled it on the new season of the Kardashians was done for ratings. Yeah. And that information did not have, that it was old like audio recordings and stuff like that, that it wasn't more sex tape information footage. Or anything like that. And that actually had to do with somebody else who went on an interview. His ex-manager went on an interview and kind of like teased or like said a little something, and it stemmed from that. People pulled from that interview.
Okay, so why is he talking? Because my thing.
Here's the thing.
Because he's saying they lied on him on the
What is you gaining? Or what you gaining?
Here's the thing, Ray J.
They made it seem like it was old sex tape footage that he was handing over to Kanye, and that Kanye was saving Kim and saving the family. Like he flew all the way to LA to go get this footage, and all the way to Miami, and then secretly picked it up from Ray J, and then with his cape on, he flew all the way back to Los Angeles and presented it to Kim, and then we got to see Kim's fake ass tears on the show, and her, oh God, I'm sorry.
Here's what blew my mind though, because Ray J did reveal, and I honestly believe him, that they actually partnered with a porn site to put the sex tape out, and I think that. So Chris was behind this whole thing. She connected Ray J to this person. And I think Ray J thought, okay, cool, like whatever, I'm going to make money off of this. But then eventually it hurt his career and it hurt his image. And then when it started to hurt his image, he's like, okay, cool, he's rebranding, he's rebuilding. And now they're bringing it up again.
Why not come out, tell us the truth? Why now that you want to do it? Because you got some kids? Because now you got some kids. You should have been. I would want my kids to know that you should have been came out and told the truth. So
no, it wasn't.
At the end of the day, what did he not gain, or what he's going to tell him because he didn't get no money? So I'm just trying to say, why you want to tell now? You could have been told your story. You could have been told all of us it's bullshit.
Well, it's just the current part is
it's current.
The actual sex tape, all that happened. It wasn't done to sell. It was a private sex tape that got out, and once it was out, just like I don't know if either you seen the Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson little kind of docu-series that was done, because they were the original sex tape people, right? And what Kris Jenner did was she took a sound bite from them, and she said, look, we can either have people bootlegging it in front of Tower Records, like they did with Pam and Tommy's
or we can make some money.
Pam and Tommy made hardly no money because it had already been bootlegged so much, and so many tapes had been made already that they didn't make money off of their own stuff. And other people got rich instead of them. That her mother said, look, you did it and it's out there. And either we can get in front of it and make some money off of it, and we can spin it in your favor, or we can let people keep selling it privately.
Right.
And so that's what happened. But with this new stuff, with the whole like little computer hard drive or whatever, right, was just stuff that, you know, like that you have from old relationships or whatever. Like Ray J just still had the hard drive that he had from then. He said it wasn't any sex videos or anything like that on it, but on the Kardashians and in the media, they spun it like it was more sex tape footage that nobody had seen. And now he's saying on the show, he's saying, and not to say that he didn't say it before, he has said it publicly in interviews. When that came out on the Kardashians, he said that's a lie. Yeah, that's not how that happened.
Yeah, so I mean, Whack 100. You know, Whack 100 is the one who actually said Ray J got more sex tapes that he could put out, and then that's what sparked this whole conversation. And then on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she decided to put that on the show.
Mm-hmm. Now she didn't get no storyline.
Yeah, so that's what happened. So then Ray J was like,
put that on the show. She gonna put that on the show with her storyline, and this my problem. Kanye played right along with her, so I have a problem with that. Yeah. And you know that Ray J didn't do anything, and you another black man. You know how your wife and her family's a little trifling, so you think this is okay? So what line you won't cross? What line you ain't gonna cross?
Yeah, I had a problem with him participating as well, because then it's like you helping them, like in some ways, like take down another brother. What happens when they do it to you?
Right,
like she's doing right now.
Yeah, right, like they do it right now.
I don't know who Whack 100 is. I think Chicago Rilla asked. I think that's what his somebody who helped him.
He used to be Ray J's manager.
I think he used to be Ray J's manager, and he got a podcast that it's heavily syndicated. It's supposed to be a podcast that's like in rotation. Right. Ray J was on the show, and Whack said that as a joke. Supposedly, it was supposedly a joke. Right. But the Kardashians took it as a real threat to put out another sex tape. And Kim was like, "Ooh, do we have another sex tape?" I guess Kim was worried that there was another sex tape.
She was worried. She was acting her butt off. She don't got a storyline.
She know it's probably some more sex tapes or something going on, because she was kind of like, "Oh, he could."
They had to push ratings because they went to another network and they wanted people to watch them on the what is it, Peacock or something? Because
it's on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Is it Hulu? Yeah, they on Hulu now, and they had to push the ratings. Like,
yeah.
No. I mean, oh my goodness.
In my opinion, it's not worth watching, but that's what I say. I think that
the only thing worth watching recently on Love and Hip Hop Miami was Nori. And I loved seeing him go back to his old neighborhood. And I loved learning about
that was
him.
Cool. That was
cool. That was real. Cool. That was that little small part was wow.
Now look. All right, real love. We got the key. That's the real thing. But it's really interesting how she could transform her image, because black women who put out a sex tape, you can't you nothing but us for the rest of your life. Kim is like,
but she could be the great mom, the great mogul, the great.
Kanye got the nerve to be. He didn't married her. Now he got the nerve to be trying to bash her and worried about his daughters
involved in a sex tape. Look how North is. You want to get her half the time. So what control do you have over North?
Right. It's like, come on now. Now you want to be worried about how your daughter is going to be impressionable and how you Kim is going to affect that. You should have thought about that before you married Kim. You know who she is. Right. She is famous for a sex tape with someone. She's had several marriages. She's Elizabeth. Everybody calls her that because she's been married so many times.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Me personally, he should know who he married, how he is with.
Yeah.
Yes, he should have been attentive. He was wrapped up in the fact that was his dream girl, honey.
Yes. I know they.
He has been bothered by seeing Kim and Ray J.
I think E Black want us to Keep it
So
moving, honey.
we are.
Okay.
Now, so next we supposed to, so we got to quit it for Miami, a hit it for Atlanta, the family Chantel. Now, I know it's been some rumors this week, some things have come out.
Chantel got her revenge, baby. If this is true.
You been go big
So,
or go home. Look.
Drizzy Drake dropped in her DMs to ask her, was she okay? Okay. And
What?
apparently, according to a source that's close to Chantel, they have been talking and communicating and have plans to link up soon. So, there, huh?
I thought Chantel was married.
She is married, but Pedro asked for a divorce, and they're in the process of getting a divorce. And so Drizzy Drake dropped in them DMs before the divorce hit so he can get his first bid. However, Pedro responded and he played a little song from Drizzy Drake and he said, "Good luck." So everybody was saying, "Oh, is he salty?
Shading him?
Is he trying to throw shade? Is he mad? Because you can't date nobody but Beyonce after she date Drake, boo boo ski. Okay, you can't even out. I mean, you can't lie. She upgraded. Okay, that's what she did. And the only thing you can do is try to get J-Lo to jump on your team. I don't know what else you gonna do.
J-Lo just get married. This J-Lo just get married.
And she off the market.
And
he
she
ain't got nobody that's
now, like, I don't know what you gonna do.
If this is true, everybody wants Chantel to date Drake. Everybody do. Everybody's like, "Oh, I hope she do it. I hope she do it." I mean, listen, she's probably not looking for anything serious right now. She did really love Pedro, I believe. I think that right now what she's doing is like having fun, getting to know people. And so Drake, he wants to get to know her. Why not? You know, so she's probably going
he really want to get to know her.
I mean, get to know her, whatever. Okay. Do you remember her last episode? Chantel said that her and Pedro hadn't had sex in a year. A year. Okay. So it's time for her to get something going on. Okay. I mean, your husband has pretty much stuck through the marriage. He's given her all types of excuses as to why he didn't want to do whatever. And she's trying to kind of get to the bottom of it and wait. And, she wanted them to get to a better place. But Pedro he was out. He just didn't want to be married anymore. And so it's time for her to move on. It's time for her to meet someone who really, truly wants to be with her. And I think she does want marriage and she's taking it really slow. She's not like jumping into relationships with people. Okay. So I think that's cool. And she's beautiful. I mean,
she is very beautiful.
She's beautiful.
I just think that everybody, I just think the whole family is a little off, minus Winter. Winter's like the only, like, legitimately, like.
Now you gonna leave Miss Thomas and Miss Karen? I mean, Mr. Thomas and Miss Karen alone? Okay, they are.
Let's talk like Miss Thomas. Okay, so they are crazy.
I love Mr. Thomas.
Girl, she don't stop looking in the dictionary so she can say big words
that
she don't know how to pronounce.
Miss Karen and Thomas have been married for so long, though.
They cute
which
together.
Is what I love.
You ever seen couples where each person is like a little quirky, so they like quirky together?
Yeah,
that's them.
That's them.
They like they go together because they both are a little like.
Just a little bit off. They're a little bit off.
Like her with her kimonos and she all.
I love that her parents have been together for a long time. I really wish she would have reached out to her parents sooner because I do think that she needed support. And Pedro, he really flipped and was just like, I don't want to be married to her anymore. And I thought that was I think he was cruel the way he handled that. And so if she didn't upgrade it and now Drizzy Drake is in her DM, well, that's me. That's karma for your ass, Pedro. Okay. And that's what you get, honey. Because somebody gonna see that.
Let's go.
Somebody gonna see that beautiful woman who fit and ain't got no kids and be like, let me get her real quick. Okay. So she's not gonna be single for long.
No, she's definitely beautiful.
I don't believe it.
Definitely girl. So maybe Family Chantel is a hit it.
I like it. I like it. I mean, it's a really good show. I know Andrea, she don't be watching those 90 Day Fiancé spin-off. It's a really good show. I mean, if you really just want to even just learn about this whole 90 day like process, this
Right.
K1 visa process, and how people really get into America, you know, marrying people from, you know, from another country. I think it's an interesting show. And
I mean, I don't know, Dre. You might want to watch it. We might go on a trip to Jamaica or something.
Okay.
And you might find a nice little hottie patati.
I bet you if Drake is on the next Family Chantel, Andrea gonna be watching that show. I bet you. when she started dating Drizzy Drake, you gonna watch that show.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's
now
so
Ready to Love Miami. Now, is that a hit it or quit it? For me, I was watching, right?
Okay.
And it wasn't really holding my attention. I can't pinpoint exactly why though. Cause it ain't cause our girl Kayla. It ain't cause Kayla has been great on the show. I think she looked good. I think she been making connections and, you know, and having good dates and stuff. But it's like, I don't know. The dynamic between the people are weird. And I don't know if it's me, but the dudes are a lot. Like the dudes are like women this season. Like, is it just me? I feel like the guys are like women. Like the one dude left Tommy's party because he's like, I got an event, I gotta go. Like they so dramatic. Then he like, I don't call nobody or take nobody out like that until I know I'm interested. Well, that's the whole point of the show. Yeah. Is that you're supposed to be going out?
What is the whole point of this show? Because this like a
listen. Okay, because listen,
this like the hood mentality, and I'm like, I can't do it.
The show is I can't watch it. They show more drama than they do connections and love. And Kayla didn't get a lot of airtime, so I was kind of like, I was like,
and I
okay,
feel like it's because she was just doing the process the way it was meant to get done, and it's being overshadowed by these little dramatic rants.
Because it seemed to be a lot of men who want to date Kayla, but I don't see her, you know, I mean, she had the bowling date and I saw that episode and everything, but I mean, it don't hold my attention. I'm like,
I tried it.
I can't.
See, that's why I don't like this show, because I feel like it's called lust. You ain't trying to connect. You're trying to
ready to lust.
It's called
one of the actual contestants, and Ready to Love gets the biggest complaints out. Like if most of the people who are on that show, they complain about the show every time. They talk about the producers, they talk about how it is behind the scenes, and I don't know what it is about this show, but she said that she didn't like how they try to portray the women on the show as like, you know, catty and all this and all that. She said they barely showed the connections that people were having, you know. And so I was like, okay, so I think that it does focus a lot on whatever the little BS is, and you don't. It does, and you don't. I'm like, are y'all ready to love or what? Or y'all about to fight? Y'all ready to fight?
That's why I didn't really care for it. I didn't really. I don't really care for it. It's a no from me.
I'm not gonna lie. Any show that I have to like watch more, like I gotta go back and watch it more than twice, is a quit.
It's a quit.
I'm like sometimes I'll be ready to push play again for the third time, and I'll be like, what is you doing? This is quit this.
It was a quit for me.
Hold right now. I'm not gonna lie, and I hate to say it because it's not because of Kayla. No, but the Ready to Love is up and queued to go night. Like when I want to watch TV to go to bed, or I want to go to sleep to something, I will easily start from episode 1 on this season of Ready to Love, and I'll be sleeping 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that's where it is for me.
That's one of them.
For me,
I didn't mind skipping. I was skipping episodes. I was like, oh, I skipped that. So I don't know what happened in between. I just know I'm watching this one. So it's one of those quit it. it's acquitted for me too,
Yeah,
y'all.
it's
I'm
acquitted for me
sorry.
too.
I really
Now,
know. I was excited because of Kayla, and I wanted to watch it. I was like, "Oh, she gonna
right,
win!"
I wanted to
And
really like it.
she
I
even she
she
even
I
mentioned,
was like, I want to like it so bad.
yeah, she even mentioned like being a YouTuber and what she
Mhm.
did on the show and stuff. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch. And then it's just like a
I
snooze
wanted to
fest.
like
It's
it.
it's a snooze fest, y'all.
Now,
Mm.
Yeah.
I did tune in to the first 2 episodes so far of Selling the OC, based
Mm.
on Tawana G's recommendation.
Ain't you? And you hooked.
And it's
And you hooked, ain't you?
it is.
It only
It
takes
is
two.
it is a hidden show. It's like it's a beautiful people, beautiful houses, you know, lots of money flowing. It's that type of show. It's cool and it's light.
Yeah.
It don't it's the kind of show it don't take a lot to think about or nothing like that, and it's a little refreshing. It's cool. I
And
like
it's
the show.
and it's really it's entertaining.
Yes.
It's these twin brothers. They are like
Oh, they
moguls.
killing it.
They killing it.
They killing it.
They got money. They know real estate,
Mm-hmm.
and they really know how to make the money in their demographic, in their area. And so I
Right.
like it because it was a little drama, but it's not all about the drama. Like they do
Right.
show the
It's not.
business. They selling homes too. So
Right.
like they show that they're actually selling homes, that it's
They
actually
definitely
about real estate. And then they give you the little drama here and there. And it's some
right.
stuff going on with a married man. Now I didn't finish the whole season, so I ain't gonna talk
No,
about it, y'all.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm on. Like I
But
said, I only did two
if you are
episodes so
not watching
far,
it, selling
but
OC on Netflix,
I
I'm
am.
telling
So
you.
we gonna touch. We gonna keep in up to date with the Selling OC because it's season 1.
Yes.
If you tune in to Selling OC now, they like Tawana said they have other parts of the franchise, Selling Sunset, and
Ooh.
is there another one?
No, but you gotta watch Selling Sunset
Okay,
first.
so I didn't. I watched some episodes of Selling Sunset
You
before,
gotta
but they got like seasons. So
Yes,
I
you
was
gotta
like,
watch Selling Sunset.
I just watched the 2 episodes of
Okay.
Selling the
Because
OC
Selling
because
Sunset
it's
was so good.
season 1, episode 1. If you want to start with something fresh, Selling the OC is fresh.
It's
You can
good.
always binge watch Selling Sunset to like catch you up. And what'll happen is it'll make things make even more sense on
Yes.
Selling the OC because it's a lot of the same characters.
Yeah.
Now, I also have started to watch, and I don't know if anybody remembers this because it was off for quite a while. What is 60 Days In?
Mm.
60 Days In is back on A&E.
Okay.
It's season 7, and they're only on episode 3. 60 Days In, I recommend it's a good couple show, or it's a good show to watch with your significant other, because sometimes guys don't like all our little dramatic reality shows and stuff. They be like, all this drama, the girls is catty, everybody got fake booties, like, why are
Right.
you watching this? So to me, 60 Days In, this year, I mean this season, they're at the Henry County Jail in how you say it, McDonough or something like that, Georgia.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the town that Shaq tried to be the mayor of.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if you remember, years ago,
Yes.
he went and he was like walking around the town. They didn't have no uniform for him and all of that because he was so big or whatever. Yes, he went. He
You
tried to
gotta
be
get
the
it
sheriff
custom
or something.
made.
Yes, he tried to be the sheriff.
I saw that.
So he's also on the team with the warden, trying to get things like cleaned up and everything in that town. And
Okay.
I want to say he has a certain job, or Shaq has a certain job or title, but he's not on the show. He was on the first episode. But here's the twist in 60 Days In. They used to use people like us, right? They'd be like, Tawana, you want to go 60 days into a jail and find out like everything that's wrong with the jail and give us the deets and all of that? Like regular
Hell
people.
no.
This time they
Nice.
use
No, no, thank you.
this time they use ex convicts. They use people who had been to jail previously for
Okay.
long periods of time. Like one guy was in the Latin Kings. He did 2 years in jail. Another guy was, in there for like, he thought he was in there for like 10 years in prison. There's a mom who used to be a drug addict. She been clean for 7 years. She did time in jail. So this time is everybody is people who have actually done time in prison, right?
Oh, good. Oh, it's
And so
It's McDonough. That's what
McDonough. Okay.
that's what Rilla said.
Okay.
McDonough.
McDonough. That's how you pronounce
McDonough,
it.
Georgia.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta see that.
No,
I haven't heard of this. I'm like writing it down. What channel is it
girl,
on,
it's
y'all?
called 60 Days In. It's on A&E.
Oh, it's on A&E.
Uh-huh.
So they go to jail for 60 days. Why they going to jail for 60 days? It been the new crime.
So what it is the jail there, people are realizing that, like just like with the whole system period, right, in the United States, that our prison system is pretty messed up.
Yeah.
And the conditions are horrible.
Yeah.
The conditions are horrible for men and women, but even for women, like you can't get sanitary, items, for your monthly. You can't get, you can't get toilet paper. People ain't getting toothbrushes and deodorants. The sales are not right. Like, it's bad. It's bad out here.
Oh, nice.
And so now that new wardens are coming in to some of these jails and they're seeing how bad it is, they really want to clean them up.
Okay.
But it's hard to do when you have people within your system that have helped to contribute to the negative conditions.
Yeah.
So that's why they're sending people in secret. So even if you are somebody who works there, like I have seen seasons where they fired prison guards.
Good.
Where it was caught on tape how mean and disrespectful, like some of the people the correctional officers act and stuff. So it's a show that they're trying to really clean up situations and conditions for inmates and trying to treat them more humane and more human. And so that's why I said, and it's one of the shows that me and my husband actually watch together and like it, because you can like place your bets in the beginning. You be like, she ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it.
Oh, okay. I gotta watch it. Is it what season is it on?
It's season 7, but it's only episode 3.
Okay.
And this is the first season that they use actual like convicts or people who have been in prison before. Prior, they just used regular people, and these people are really in jail. Like they pick them up in a strange location. They actually drive them. It's like the prison version of Undercover Boss. That's a great
exact. Yes,
it is. They actually drive them into jail. You go through booking. You go through everything. The hardest part that I've seen so far, and we only in episode 3, is that in order to get to the regular population of the prison, you have to go through quarantine. Now, imagine if you because it's COVID. It was COVID when they taped it. So what has happened is people have to do a 2-week quarantine where they're doing 23-1. Which is usually what they do in a maximum security prison, where you in your cell for 23 hours and you only get 1 hour out a day to shower, eat, check your commissary, do whatever you got to do. You get 60 minutes. That's it.
You couldn't pay me enough money to do that.
Girl, when I say the people who have been to prison, the dude who was a Latin king is ready to tap out.
Yeah, I ready. Let me go. I need to go.
He ready to tap out.
You couldn't pay me enough money to do that. I'm good.
He feel like he in solitary confinement. He feel like he's like, I didn't sign up to do 23-1. Like I thought we was gonna be like out. I thought we was gonna be like in, like in the regular population. That's him. He was a Latin king. He was, when he got out, after he got out of prison, he got stabbed like 8 times or something. I mean, he been through it, but now he like, I'm ready to go.
I know.
Like,
I don't want to be in there.
I can't do nothing. 23 hours, and you got to do it for 2 weeks. It's a new level of incarceration with this one, because they got to survive the quarantine just to get into the prison. And in the quarantine, it will drive you crazy. Like, imagine being an innocent person
Yeah,
and you in there. I could I don't know if I could do the quarantine part, but it's a lot. But good show to watch with a significant other though.
Okay.
For anybody watching. So I think it's a hit it. Y'all let me know next week if
I'll
y'all
let
think
you.
it's a hit
I'm
it.
watching it. I'm gonna let you
Like
know,
her.
girl.
Okay. Tell Chris to let me know.
I'm
if
gonna.
it's a hit or quit.
I'm
I
gonna
want to
tell
know.
y'all.
Tell me Chris's opinion next week. I
Yes.
want to know if he likes it.
I want to know if he like it too. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Now, the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Isn't the reunion coming up? Right.
Yes, it's coming up in the next couple weeks. Okay.
Ooh, baby, I can't wait to see this reunion.
Oh my gosh.
First of all,
So much to unpack.
I can't stand Kenya ass. I still don't like her ass because when she hung up on when what you call him said, and you know what made me mad because when Ross got up and said, "Don't fuck with my wife," he was not an aggressive man,
No.
and that man plays football. He could have been aggressive, so I don't like when you're gonna say a black man's aggressive when he defending his wife. If I had a man, I'd be like, "What's up? You ain't defending me?" And then Kenya gonna say, "Well, he was aggressive. Are you mad because you don't got nobody on the end of your table defending your ass because you was rude?"
Right.
Why you need a man to defend you against women? I don't think that was real messy.
You know what I feel like? I feel like she not like how the three of us would be.
Right.
I feel like she's a little bit more like introverted.
So he felt the need to step in.
He even said on the show, even if my wife is losing, I'm gonna take the hit for her. That's what he said.
But I'm gonna need you to stop going against women. See, I don't like men who stand up, who do that against women. I really don't. Kenya wasn't trying to physically hurt her, or it wasn't gonna be no fight. I could see him intervening in that way.
Well, Kenya don't never try to do that.
You know that heifer is seasoned. Come on now, Sandra ain't, so she don't get all the ins and out and blah blah blah. So what I'm saying is, he knew that heifer was seasoned, and he had to protect his wife.
Now he did some old sucker stuff. I don't like no man standing up against no women. I agree with Kenya a little bit because I feel like sit down and you don't like. I would. My husband would never.
If I had a man, and my husband done that for me, I was like, yes, baby.
My husband would never.
I feel like the only reason why
never
do that is if he felt like
his wife was losing. She was losing that argument.
I was in over my head.
Okay, your wife losing. Let her lose. She's fighting women. You don't know how to fight.
The only sympathy I have for her in that space is that we at work. We at work, and my wife brought y'all all on this trip. We could have just came here and did our jobs and had a nice vacation to ourselves and not included y'all asses at all.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And for you to not, and I waited a long time to be disrespectful and stand up for my wife. We done sat at the dinner where you was disrespectful and loud in the restaurant. We done done several things. You didn't show up to the thing. You showed up late. Yeah. Like you keep doing stuff. And pillow talk is powerful. And I feel like what had happened was he had already been getting an earful from his wife when he get back to the room, because sometimes hindsight is 20/20, especially when you not, like on ready all the time, like how me or you would be. Like I say to people all the time, I don't need Fred Hunter until it's time to bury the bodies.
Right.
Yeah, he don't got to come here and help me. I'm gonna get the job done by myself. You know what I call him for? When it's time to back up the car with the trunk open to put you in it. Quit playing with me. But
not against no women. Not against no women. I don't want my man. I don't want him doing that.
I can tell you the truth. If Kenya had a man there, and it was her husband or her
somebody was standing up for her,
she would want him to back her up too. Don't tell me all that bunch of bullshit that he aggressive. He talking to me.
I would not. The only reason
at the end of the day is Ross played football. That's the most violent sport. So Ross could have got down with them, but he didn't. All he said is, "Don't fuck with my wife." That's all he said. He didn't
my husband would have intervened when Ross stood up. Yeah, he would have been like, "Okay, well, now you need to sit down, because like these was two women arguing, but he ain't about to intervene if I'm talking to another woman. He just not.
But you don't
If
feel
he
like
want,
he waited ample time for
Yes,
any
Ross waited.
woman
I think
at
Ross
that
has
table.
been patient.
Any
He's
woman,
been patient.
see, Ross wouldn't have had to stand up if me or you or Andrea would have been there, because I would have defended her myself.
Yes.
yeah,
I would have been like, "You going too far, Miss Kenya.
Yeah.
We can still be friends," and me still say, get up off her a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But none of the women, nobody came.
Nobody's saying that. And then you know who I'm mad about? It's that damn Candy Burns. I can't stand that girl, okay? She knew better. She been damn season on this, on a 14th season. You can't stand for Sandra. See, I saw
always
damn co-workers.
I don't think, first of all, I just think that Ross should have stayed out of it, and he should have, at least if he wanted to, he could have tapped her on the shoulder like, let's go. I'm not about to sit here and listen to this, whatever the case may be. But no, that was, to me, that was a girl fight that a man should not be involved in. I don't respect men who get into girl fights, like, at all. I don't have no respect for that.
He didn't continue. I think
No,
it's
he
different.
didn't.
When a
He
man
got up and said that, then he left.
I said it and I'm done. He didn't.
Yes.
He wasn't trying to get into no dialogue with anybody at the table.
Yes.
He couldn't have said that to me.
What y'all not about to do is fuck with my wife.
No, what she not gonna do is what she did. See, then I have a problem with what he said. And I'll be like, no, what your wife not gonna do is leave me, and she's supposed to be the whatever. I would have went out. See, then when you intervene, then now you gonna get this mouth. So that's why you need to sit down and let me cuss your wife out in peace. How about that?
But why?
Because your wife is the problem, not you, Ross. So sit down.
That's the problem. It ain't wrong. It was Tia. This is their vacation. She brought them on there. Her vacation.
I do not like men like that. I think that is real. Like, I think that's real sassy of a man to be like, oh, I'm gonna get up.
I have seen some men be downright damn rude, okay, and I know some men like that. But this brother right here, Ross, and the reason I'm gonna say is Ross is a football player, so he knows aggression, he knows violence. The only thing he said is, "Don't fuck with my wife." Brother, I feel you, because I wish my man would say, if I was in something like that, and my man don't need to do that because I got enough mouth for myself, but he want to decide, he wants to get up and say, look at here, don't start no shit.
Listen, because I ain't never, like, my husband, what he'll do is he'll pull me away, he'll move me, he'll be like, let's go, because it's getting, whatever, but ain't never about to talk to no women like that.
But when I think about it, I like how my perspective is that she's not how I would be, right?
Yes,
so I don't need protection from my husband in that way, right?
Yes.
But every woman is not like me. Every woman does not carry the same confidence that I have in order to be able to speak up and articulate how I feel for myself. I do think that she has that in her, but I don't think she's been in settings where she's been around as many catty people at one time as she is right now. And it's almost like seeing somebody get like hella tapped up and don't know where it's coming from. It's like she's taken off guard. And as her husband, he's just saying, back up. He ain't saying like he gonna do nothing. I just took it as that he was saying, back off.
And remember, you got to remember, Sandra is not from the United States, she's from Jamaica. Okay, so I don't think she's used to the cattiness of these black women on this channel, on this show.
This is what you signed up for, Boo Booski.
Yes.
I feel sorry for her.
I think next season when she comes back,
I think when she comes back, she's gonna be on it.
How many seasons are out of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Boo, you ain't binge watched and figured out that they some catty chicks, and this is what you're gonna have to deal with.
I don't think she thought as a level of being on the show. Kenya halfway crazy. And
I do not like Sanya. Yeah, I do not like her. I do not like her and her husband.
I like her at instant times. I like when she called Marlo and said, "Look, Ross want to teach the boys how to change a tire. Ross want to hang out with the boys." And this is what Ross said. Ross said, "I didn't have a father until my stepfather came in my life." So he was trying to do a good thing and like teaching Marlo's nephews. She had a problem with, and so I thought that was good of her and big of her. And she's a new cast member.
Yeah.
And then she decided to do that. So I'm not saying
Right.
I like everything she do, but I did think she is a genuine person. I did think they was fucked up for doing that to her.
Mm.
It was
Right.
to me it felt like initiation. It felt like I would have
Well,
pulled out that.
You know how Kenya is now. She
Yeah,
got
so
to
to me, I
initiate
would have pulled
somebody.
that chair and say it's on then.
Yeah, yeah,
I would have threw a damn drink at her ass. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, she couldn't even figure out why she was mad at Kenya. Kenya was like, "Well, what did I do?"
Oh my
She's
God.
always doing something. That's the problem with Kenya.
But she should have been able to put it out there. Sonya
Yeah,
couldn't
but
even
some
figure it
people,
out.
it's like a
Not
boxing
everybody
match.
know how to
You ain't
articulate
no-
something, how they
you
feel.
ain't a
Not everybody know
seasoned
how to
boxer
words.
like that
Everybody
yet.
have the vocabulation to say how they feel.
Well, Boo Boo, you on the show where you need the words. Okay, Nene called Kim a low down dirty monkey with a wig. If you can't top that, do not come on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Boo. Sit your little ass down if Ross got to step in all your fights, okay? I don't like her. Just like you don't like Candy, I don't like that damn Sanya. Get your ass on. Go back to Jamaica, Boo Boo. Don't run in the Olympics.
But the thing is, remember, Ross met Sandra in college, okay? So he knows her tendencies. He knows that she has them tendencies. So of
Right.
course he's gonna step in for his wife when he knows she ain't no fighter.
Listen,
Come on, man.
Right. That's
When
what
she
I was
know,
gonna
when you
say,
know,
is
when you
that
know your wife's a fighter,
husband knows her better
she got it. She got it.
and
I don't
he
need to do that.
knows that
my husband gonna be telling them, you might want to shut up. That's maybe what he gonna tell the other people. But
Right.
Mine would too. Mine would too. Mine would
though.
Andrea
That's because we ain't like she is.
Yeah.
But I got friends who are like her.
Yeah.
And
well,
when
he
I
needs
and when,
you gotta have a husband so you can get the women off of you. No, that ain't
That's
right.
not what we seeing. That's not what we seeing.
no,
What we seeing is
nobody
I know,
has
but I don't
her
like
back.
her.
Like so you mean to tell me in a situation where 10 people, because silence is compliance,
Yes.
as far as I'm concerned, sometimes.
Yes.
When you're in a setting like that, silence is compliance.
Yes.
So when I say you got 10 people against you and you think my husband ain't gonna stand up just to be like, I got your back, that's called a marriage. Like that's just how I feel. I
It
don't
wasn't
think
no
he was
damn 10
aggressive.
people against her. It was her.
Nobody
They
said
were silent.
nothing. Nobody say nothing. They didn't say nothing.
Kinder go after
They
her.
ain't gotta
and
fight
they
her
sat there
battle.
in
It was
silence.
one on one.
And Kenya
No,
didn't
it
have no
was all silent. And I'm gonna say it again. Candy ass no damn better. She know better. She know better because look, Todd came from Marlo when she called her a sugar mama. Todd was like, she ain't no sugar mama. He was coming from Marlo's.
from
Marlo came for Todd though. Marlo came
he did
for
say
Todd.
something
He did say he was sugar mama.
Kenya did not come for Ross. She said nothing to Ross. She was talking to Sanya. Marlo said something specifically to Ty and was like, see, Ty, you told me that. You told me that. And Ty was like, wait a minute. Now you're going too far. Now you put me in it. Most of the time, the husband stays silent and let the women do their
I
thing.
do feel like it's different too when you come on the show and you already have established an established role, an established job.
Yeah.
Sanya already is a representation of the United States as far as the Olympics. She has contracts with Nike and iFit. She has an image.
Going on back, girl.
But I'm just saying, she's not gonna get dirty. She ain't gonna get downright ghetto because why? She got money to protect. She got a brand to protect.
Going on back. You going on back to the Olympics.
USA, who was Miss USA 1,000 years ago when I was in high school. Okay,
listen,
like
she can't even fight with Kenya.
Yes. She can't even get her stuff shipped from China, okay?
Okay, but she can't even fight with Kenya without her husband. I don't got girl gone. I think
the point that you're missing. Look, this is the point that you're missing. Okay.
Okay.
If it was me, I'll put myself. If it was myself, I don't need my husband to do shit. Sit down. I got this. But if I'm not a fighter. Because if I'm not a fighter, my husband probably would have stepped in. But he not got a mouth on me. I'm gonna cuss her ass out, period. And then I might throw a drink at her ass. Okay, after that too. Okay. I might throw a drink at her.
No, man. No, ma'am.
Now, while we talking about aggressive men, Married to Medicine. Okay. Dr. Damon is tired. He tired of the BS.
Ooh.
I told you he would. I told you.
Get past this BS.
he got mad at Dr. Heavenly, baby. He did not. He was like, I told you to be quiet, and you kept talking. And she was
And
in
he
that
did it.
car like, well, Daddy, I was trying.
Yes, Daddy.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Shut your ass up. I don't want to talk right now.
He
I
said,
was
"Be
like,
quiet for the ride."
he said he don't
"Be
want to talk to
quiet
her
for the
right
ride."
now. I mean,
I
I
ain't
like
never
that.
see him I ain't never see him get mad at her. I
Me
never.
neither.
I could Uber home.
He couldn't
I
even
never.
contain it. He couldn't contain it because he usually probably gets mad, but he waits until they get home and then the cameras ain't
Yes.
around. This time he was like, "Stop! Don't say nothing."
Now,
Or
now
they
my
gonna hit
question
me.
about them is: do you think that Contessa like took it the wrong way when he said, "I'm tired of you ladies bullshit"? Because I felt like she took it like he was just saying it to her,
Right.
but when he
No,
was really
he said
saying
is
it
I'm
to his
tired of all
wife
y'all
and
antics.
her.
I'm tired of all
I
y'all.
felt like he was just saying y'all have a real friendship. I
Yeah.
have watched y'all have a real
Right.
friendship. Contessa, I didn't seen you at my house, like
Right.
having a great time with my wife. I think y'all need to get over this. And two, as a husband, he probably privy to, Heavenly saying, I miss my friend.
Right.
And I don't know how we got here. And so
Or she came home after that goddamn intervention. Because what you guys don't know is, because I'm still mad with that motherfucking intervention. I wish a nigga would do that shit to me. It would be on. I'll be fighting at that damn house. I might tear some shit up. I wish somebody do some shit like that.
Oh,
What y'all don't know is, it was said that when that intervention started, she went upstairs and got her daughter and brought her daughter down and said, "You're hurting my daughter," and that was foul. Bravo did not show that.
right.
So Contessa is being wrong, and this is my thing. You've been over there having tea and coffee with Dr. Heavenly, telling her all your damn business about your husband. If you didn't want her to know about your husband, you should have kept your damn
She said,
mouth.
Fred, don't say nothing.
Yes,
Don't say
and
nobody.
then it was Dr. Dr. Heavenly got on Twitter and said that she faked that damn divorce because the only person talked about that was Quad. She wasn't even talking about it. So she was lying for the next season. This season right here that she owned.
Really?
They all playing dirty now. They playing dirty now. They trying to get each other. I don't think that they're going to heal this friendship this season. It's over. They have said some hurtful things to each other, and they was going back and forth on Twitter. I was like,
there was Dr. Heavenly said something about Contessa's son.
Yes, she did. She had to delete it because she went too far. I was like, okay, now y'all doing too much. Now y'all doing too much because I feel like their fight is deep. Like maybe they was trying to get to their friendship level, and then after Contessa saw what she did, because if you confide in a friend in private, but then somebody go in public and say something about whatever it is, now you didn't ruin this friendship. We ain't friends no more.
But I think where it went down at, where it went haywire at, is after the intervention, and then they went to Vegas, and that shit happened in Vegas too. I think that it's no going back.
Yeah.
Well, I think they were good in like things was good in Vegas, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like you always have to be careful in friendships when you sharing personal information, because sometimes people think that if you talk about it publicly, that it's okay for them to talk about it publicly.
That's right.
Right? They think, oh, well, you know, initially you wasn't saying nothing to nobody and it was just between us and I wasn't saying nothing either. But then when you go public, it's like, oh, so we talking about it. And I believe that that's how Heavenly took it. Because let's be honest, Contessa talked worse stuff about her own marriage.
Thank you.
He said worse stuff about
Scott.
He said
worse about Scott. I mean, I'm like, now he over there loving his ass right. He over there having sex with you. He over there giving it to you every night. Now you are, I'm all in love. Okay, you should have kept him like that then.
Well,
but Dr. Heavenly,
that nothing brings two people together greater than a common enemy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think that Contessa and Scott are joining forces and mending their marriage, and and Heavenly is now a common enemy,
like the country bag,
that they can instead of being enemies.
Don't have to be casually at war. I should be as your friend. I should be casually at war because your ass.
You're right. You're right, and that's my point. Heavenly should not be a casualty. Yeah. Because you're trying to mend things with your husband. If you mad at your husband because of things that happened in the marriage, then you need to voice that and be honest about that in the relationship. Same thing with Scott. If
Yeah.
there's things and reasons why you was looking at pictures of women and showing them to the guys, and you was, you know, in that space, you need to share that with Contessa and
Right.
get the marriage together. Because having Heavenly as a common enemy is not gonna fix y'all problems.
Yeah.
No.
Dr.
And
But
Heavenly had her.
do
I
think
think she had Contessa's back really, because
Yeah.
she was really trying to
She
say
did.
like her husband is is emotionally abusive to her, and he is the one who is like really causing the issues in the marriage. And then she kind of turned on Heavenly. I think Heavenly
when
had
Scott
your
get
back.
cornered, he's like a sloth.
Yeah.
He comes out with his nails,
Yeah.
and he digs in, and he be having bite to the comments that he
Yeah,
has said to Contessa.
Contessa messing
Like,
up. She really should have understood where Dr. Heavenly was coming from, but instead she really lashed out on her, and now it's over. It's a wrap at this point, y'all. So
And I don't. Matter of fact, is I would write and say, "Don't come back next season." How about that? Because I'm sick of her ass.
you touted.
we
You
know
touted
you don't
Contessa.
like, just like Tawana don't like Senya on Atlanta.
Okay, because I can't.
You don't care for Contessa.
You don't like for Contessa.
Marriage to Medicine at all.
Yeah,
At
I
Now,
don't.
now we got to talk about Toya and Eugene before y'all move on, because I know y'all saw that it's like a preview of Toya and Eugene. They struggling.
Did you see that? Did you what do y'all think as moms? What do y'all think about the situation with the son being accused of stealing at the sleep?
Ooh, I was mad. Oh, I was mad about that because I was
Man.
Woo!
Yeah.
Ooh,
That
I was mad because when you're out of town, the last thing you want is some stuff like that to happen. Somebody accusing your kid of doing something because he's the only kid of his race in the thing. That irritated and I understood where Toy was coming from. I understood where Eugene was coming from as well, you know, and I think that they just need to have a conversation with their baby. But he handled it. He handled it well. He handled it well. He didn't steal whatever he was accused.
He did not do it.
And he was accused.
I missed that part. How this happened? Because I missed it. I didn't watch the whole episode.
She was out of town, and Eugene was working like he normally is. I think he was with a neighbor, and there were some new children in there as well in the mix.
Some kids new to the
and something ended up going missing, and they accused Toya's son.
Yeah, it was like a birthday party. It was a birthday party.
He was the only kid.
Like Xbox card or something.
Yeah, it was a diverse group of kids. Let's say that he was the only kid of his race, etc. Right, and they accused him, and so then for a very long time, they believed that he took it. They went through his bag and searched everything, and he didn't take it. I guess
it said that he took it.
Right, and one of the new kids was actually the culprit, from what it sounds like, and so Toya's son was really upset about it, and I think they were out of town, so it really bothered her. And so her and Eugene was kind of talking about it, and just, you know, whatever. Eugene was like, "Look, he handled it well. You know, let's let it go." And Toya was still like, "Rah!" Yeah, she was still fuming. Yeah, and she's not done with it.
Yes, but the other stuff with them. That you want to talk about.
Yeah, they marriage. I knew they was having marital problems because Toya is being real reckless with her mouth. And she's saying stuff.
I think Toya still having
always been reckless with her mouth.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
When Toya had 2 shots, she get reckless. She starts saying all kinds of stuff. When she has, if she pull out the Patron, you getting all the tea.
All the tea with Toya.
Toya has already been reckless, but what I would say is I still think she still is not covered over losing that baby. It was a girl too.
I do.
So I think personally she's taking it out on Eugene, and she's not conversating with Eugene about her loss, and you know she really wanted to have that baby.
And they're very unhappy. Their sex life seems to be not going well. They got some other issues, and so it's coming out. I guess Toya, you know, can't conceal it no more. She's ready to let it go. Listen, Patron Toya is not secretive about her marriage. That's not happening.
Patron Toya is telling all the business.
Yeah, so Married to Medicine is something else, but it's definitely
it's been good. It's been good.
It's been good, y'all.
Righty.
So, Married at First Sight. I
Ooh,
didn't watch. I haven't gotten to. I'm gonna watch it tonight. The last episode. I missed last week because it's 2 hours. Like Married at First Sight is a commitment.
yeah, it's a
Like
commitment.
I gotta watch everything. I need like I needed to have my undivided attention when I watch it because when I
Yeah,
be ready to go in, I be ready to go in. But
it's a lot
how
going on. It's a lot going on. Alexis and Justin, they still going at it
they
with
still
this
going
dog
at it over the
situation.
dog?
It's just still going on. They did a little joke on the husbands that was really funny. I'm not gonna tell you, but it was funny. They did a little joke, but Mitch was not compliance with the joke. He ruined it. And so he is very, very particular. He will not bend. He will not give that woman an inch. She give him a mile. He won't give her an inch. I don't understand why
I
he's
said
been
at the beginning,
selected.
Mitch is a Mitch. He's a
Yes,
Mitch.
he,
Like
he's
for real.
terrible. He's terrible. I don't know why he was selected to be a husband. He is very difficult. He's not flexible. He's not willing to put in the work. Like, how are you going to be a husband when you're not willing to compromise at all? He is very particular about his environmentalist. She's got to use the right materials, and she bought him something that wasn't the right material, so he wouldn't wear it. And he ruined the entire joke. It was supposed to be like all the husbands was, it was supposed to be a joke that the wives played on the husbands, and it was supposed to be funny, and it was funny for the most part, except Mitch would not comply. And it was just a lot going on this episode with them just trying to get to know each other. They all having issues. That
Have
dang
Justin got his dog back?
He did not yet. He has not yet.
Yeah,
and I don't think she wants that dog to come back. And that dog ain't coming back. He didn't bit Mr. Newton, and he is not coming back, honey. And Lindy, that woman is a psycho. Okay. Miguel told her if she don't change her last name, he ain't putting her on his insurance. And so Lindy said she don't want to change her last name. So she has went completely insane on him because he refused to put her on the insurance if she doesn't want to change her last name. She says she's not changing her last name until she know for sure that the marriage is gonna, work out, whatever.
I think that's a good compromise, though.
Yeah.
Like, what if we said?
But why you a grown woman with no insurance? Why you a grown woman with no health insurance, and now you mad at your husband because he ain't gonna put you on your insurance, and he told you if you don't get my last name, you're not coming on my insurance. I'm not putting no random
Lindy,
woman.
what you got to get done in these next couple weeks? Just wait till the thing. And are you not is things going so bad that you're not intending to say you want to stay together? Because that's the only way.
When I tell you she flipped out like a psycho and went crazy on him, and then when they had
y'all gotta watch it as soon as we get off here, Tawana.
She was psycho, and Mitch and Miguel was like, he's scared now because Lindy got some issues. She's
Lindy
she got some issues. She got issues, and I was like, I don't know what couple is gonna last. I don't see any couple lasting, and every time I usually be like, "Oh, this couple gonna last. This couple gonna last." I didn't even like Stacy and Nate. I didn't like Stacy this time. I was like, "What is she doing?"
Really?
She's self-sabotaging. She really is.
Yeah, I could sense that a little bit in the beginning that she was being self-sabotaging. She was any little thing that the girls was telling her about him, like because he be on his social media a lot and stuff like that. And then when he talked about the bankruptcy, from his business, it was like she is taking every red flag and just gathering them up and making her a whole little.
And Nate put her right in her place this season. Watch so you see this episode.
Nate don't play that.
Nate put her right in her place. He like, look, girl,
don't play around.
Like, it's cool. You got me messed up. I'm not about to do that. And he was like, you're being difficult for no reason. And he told her, he was like, you just want to be.
We knew that Stacy was difficult when we saw the whole breakfast tray on her bed when they went to her house after the honeymoon, and she had to. I was like, "Yo,
like, can we take this with us to the new house?"
Yes, so you can put it on the bed at the new house.
He was like, "Okay." She's insane. So that's all I'm gonna say about Married at. Yeah, it was really good though. You gotta watch it. Married at First Sight. You know that's my show. That's my jam.
Okay.
I just don't know who gonna
I
last
like
this
that too
year.
because for the same reason it gives you such good insight on how people think.
Yeah,
When you see other people who are like that in your real life, you be like, "Oh, I seen you before."
that's right.
It's
That's right.
somebody like you live in Boston or Chicago or Dallas. You
That's so
keep that
funny.
in your mind. Be
That's
like,
true.
I know her kind. 90-Day Fiance, the tell all is coming up, Tawana.
Listen, I thought the tell all already happened because I didn't saw it.
Did it?
Yes,
Did
honey,
the
I
first
saw the tell
episode
all.
already happen? I know they got a lot of clips that's been out, and I seen them.
No, the first and second one is out, baby. You got to watch it. It's a good. It's
I
good.
seen clips.
Yes, because see, Happily Ever After is on now. So
Okay,
90 Day Fiance has wrapped up, and now it's like
yes,
Happily
they in
Ever
the tell all
After. And then they have Belial and Saida.
with
They
the
have,
ex-wife.
yeah, they have them on the new season of Happily Ever After. So they're
Okay,
the only couple from 90 Day Fiance that went over to the
to
spinoff
the
show.
show.
Yes,
Okay,
so you got to watch the tell all because the tell all they told it all, baby. They wasn't playing,
oh
and
my,
it was good. You know, Eve and Muhammad got some secrets going on now.
oh God,
Muhammad is,
definitely.
yeah, Muhammad, he a mess, girl. So
All
I
right.
know.
Well,
Mm,
I have been watching Big Brother, and I know even if people don't really watch Big Brother, there's been a lot of stuff going on about race. If anybody remembers from last season, they had the cookout, which was an all black alliance. It was purposefully an all black, or minority alliance where all of people of color got together and made sure that they got to the end, right?
yeah,
And so this season, one of the guys, Kyle, white guy, he came on and he's a little naive, just to have a little forgiveness there. He's a little naive. He grew up. He has a really religious background, and so he was sheltered a lot growing up, right? And he's young. And now they in this house, and he thinking about last season, and it's down to like the final 8, right? And they decided to do a new twist when it was the final 10, and they split the house in half. For a whole week, they had 5 people outside the house, and they had 5 people inside the house, and they did a double eviction. For the 5 people over here had to evict somebody, and the 5 people over here had to evict somebody, right? And so during that time, or right before that, Kyle had went to 2 of the other, whites in the house and said, "Hey, I just been noticing how everybody been vibing and looking around." And he's like, "If you think about it, Monty and Taylor and this person could get together with these people, and they could have a secret alliance, right? And that would leave us out. So why don't we develop a secret alliance?" And the reason why it came off bad, it was because it was like he was saying we should have a secret white alliance, right? To be able to counteract if there was a black or minority alliance. And he didn't realize how detrimental that would be to his game. You know what I mean? So he ended up like super caught up in that,
yeah,
and had to the whole last episode on Thursday was about him apologizing to everybody. The 2 black guys confronted him privately because the 2 people that he went to try to talk to about it went to the 2 black guys in the house and talked about it and said that, "Hey, this is what's going on, and what you think we should do." And of course it's strategic for them because they want him out, and they had a reason to go to the black people and say, "Let's get him out." It's now down to the final 8. He was the reason why somebody from their final 7 alliance got kicked out when they was out and they only had 5 people, because he went to the black guy and told him lies about the Indian guy. So the Indian guy that was in their 7-person alliance got kicked out, and they was like in shock and awe and surprise, but now they know why. So he got kicked off on Thursday. But it was almost like he bowed out, because he did say he was going to use the time to learn about people and make amends and, and whatnot. But that was really interesting how, to see somebody who is like of that race think that they even need to have a white alliance, right? Because when me and my husband was talking about it, I was like, that's crazy weird that somebody white would think that they have to have a white alliance when that's what that's the thing all the time.
Because
right?
they probably think all the black people sticking together. That's probably why.
But right, because they finally think that maybe we doing what y'all have done
Yeah.
since the beginning of the United States being a continent. You know what I'm saying? Like since the beginning, y'all always stick together. Yeah. And we typically do not stick together in that same way, right? And so the one time we do it, and now then you have somebody the very next season thinking, oh my God, we got to be careful because the minorities is going to stick together against us. That would just be us doing what you do all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm confused. That I think that's where everybody like kind of came at it. And the reality is that nobody was doing an all minority or all black alliance at all. Truth be told, from day one, some of the black people was irritating me because they weren't having each other's backs. Right? And so it's almost like, to me, I feel like that typically in life. I don't know if y'all feel like that, but sometimes in certain settings, or whether it's work or, in certain situations, I feel like I can't openly, like it's looked down upon if I openly have another black person's back, right? When it's other races, it's perfectly fine to link up and gather together and have each other's backs. But for us, it's like if we do it, it's like, oh my God, they raising up against us. They here they come. It's like, no. Like just because we look alike or because we share, like common things culturally, just because that is there doesn't mean that we're like coming against anybody in no way together as a united front. But that was what was interesting this past week about Big Brother. So it's down to the wire. Like I said, it's the last 7 people since Kyle got kicked out. So we'll see what happens. It's been an up and down season. It has not been a season where everything has flowed evenly. And lastly, Love and Marriage Hunt. Go ahead.
We gotta.
Okay.
We gotta stop because it's 9:30.
Oh yeah, no, I see it's 9:34.
It's 9:30. Yeah, we gotta end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
E Black gotta go. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, Erica,
all right.
Well, gotta wrap it up.
Mentions were just the Bell Collective, Teen Mom Young and Pregnant, and Teen Mom The Next Chapter. Tune in with us, the Tea Ladies, every Friday to catch up on your week of reality tea. Okay. Yes. Hit us up on our Facebook page, and we'll see you guys next Friday with more tea. If you got some, bring it.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm.